The Lord said to me, look. And I lifted up my eyes and I looked, and the wave was far offshore. The water was gone from the seashore of California, and the ground looked so much darker than I thought it would. The Lord said, I told you to look there, not on the ground. And I looked again, and I lifted up my eyes into the correct position. And what seemed to be the whole sea was standing up in preparation to come against the coast of California. I repeat, to me, it looked like the whole water, everything, every drop, had gathered itself up. The whole water, everything that was supposed to be floating flat, had rolled back and was standing up in one immense, unbelievable wave, getting ready to come inland to California. My brain started its interrupting, its random wandering, its adding in with lessons that simply weren't useful. My brain said, surely this can't be. Surely some of the water has to remain down. But it looked to be all of the water standing up. In that short time it took to take my attention from the ocean floor and put my attention where Jesus was telling me, look. To look over to where he had said, I told you to look there, pointing far out to sea. In that time that it took to lift my eyes and see, the tsunami waves had formed and were ready to come against the California coastline. Looking at it, I felt weak. It seemed the sea was waiting for an instruction. I felt so weak. I said, Lord, I've looked. What is that coming against us? He replied, it is the fury of my retribution against you for crimes of capital murder, apostate religion, bad practices of deception and lies that have piled against you like the wall of water you see there held offshore. It is my condemnation for raping women, men, and children, defiling them and soiling their garments with pain and depression that is often hard for me to wash out. Some garments are impossible to wash out. They end up killing themselves, especially the men and children. It is my wrath for all the times you told yourselves it was okay to sleep with one another without a covenant, and for sleeping men with men, which is an abomination unto the Lord. It is my justice for all the murder you have committed against my original people, the Native Americans, the African Americans. The settlers have taken lives, and to this day, you are taking lives under the gunshots of law and order. It is the wave of my reckoning for sin. You knew it was coming. Hear the words of the Lord. Then the water disappeared. The ocean, the tsunami that was being held offshore by his hand, standing up tall like a tower, just like water is stored up in heaven to come down at the right time when we need it. It all disappeared. The sea is waiting for God's command against us. The ocean, the water, is ready to overthrow the cities of California as soon as God gives the order. The people are laughing now, but their death shall be as public as the deaths of the people outside the boat of Noah. Once the Lord secures the number of the faithful who believe in him and are making their way out of a danger zone, the water will be commanded to come in, and then for a moment, we will all see why the ground of the ocean is so dark. Because for a while, all the water will be gone out of California as the Lord prepares the biggest tsunami of all time. This is the will of the Lord.